How's it going, everybody? Swanee and Cookie here with another podcast. This one's a little bit unexpected. Ben just tweeted about the new Season 2 stuff. We were expecting it to come out with EA Play, but I looked over at my Twitter, and Ben tweeted, and Cookie was asleep, but spur of the moment, so let's do this. We're going to read over the patch notes and give our opinions like we always do. So let's jump into this, Cookie.
Let's do it. All right, so the incoming transmission starts out by saying the Han Solo season's underway. We're back with another community transmission to tell you a little bit more about what's coming in June, more specifically on June 12th. So I assume right after EA plays over is when the second half of Han Solo season will start. So, I mean, that's good. I thought it might take a little longer, so that's cool. Mm-hmm. Kessel is the first thing. So it looks like, I think that was our prediction, was Kessel, I believe, was our official. So it looks like we got that right. Located in the outer room and known for producing the valuable hypermatter coaxium, I don't care about that part. But Kessel has a lot of history within the Star Wars universe. You'll be taken to Kessel across several different game modes: Arcade, Blast, Hero Showdown, Heroes vs. Villains, and Extraction. So we were right. It's not a Galactic Assault map. Did we mention that's coming back? Extraction. So, Extraction, which we also expected, is releasing in this season.
Everyone knows how I feel about that. Splits the player base even more.
Yeah, I'm not excited for Extraction, but
it'll be nice to play on a new map. I mean, Extraction was pretty fun in the first game. It's just the problem is that it splits the player base too much. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Extraction's the same as it was in the first Battlefront. I'm looking at, the paragraph about it isn't saying anything unusual. You'll be able to play Extraction across both Jabba's Palace and Kessel, and if you're an EA player, you'll be able to play Extraction in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 area of the Fan Fest. So if you do go to EA Play, you can play it, I guess, a day earlier than everybody else. It looks like it's only going to be available on those two maps, which isn't too much of a surprise either. I didn't expect it to be on too many maps, to be honest.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Extraction is back.
I guess Kessel.
It looks like it's just going to be those two maps.
Yeah, Kessel will give it enough. People want to play Kessel over and over again, so it shouldn't be that bad.
All right, so appearances. This was also a big deal. Last month, we said that June will be a bit more legendary, and we can confirm that we'll have 4 new legendary appearances arriving into the game, all based around the characters of Solo: A Star Wars Story. Han Solo will be receiving 2 legendary appearances. God, Han's got a lot of appearances.
Han has
Corellia
6 now.
Escape and Beckett's Crew. Yeah. Corellia Escape and Beckett's Crew. So Beckett's Crew, that wasn't that the one where he had like the parka on or whatever, or had a big coat on during that? Like that was the heist mission?
Maybe.
Or it could be a couple things.
Because if he's wearing a coat, how's that different than the Hoth outfit? I mean, he's just wearing a coat.
I know, it's not that different.
Han has I get that it's a Han Solo season, but they should have just given him 1 legendary. Like, why does Han need 2 more skins? He has his beard, he has his Hoth outfit, he has Indoor, he has his default, and now he gets 2 new skins? When you have characters like Vader, Boba Fett, Phasma, Maul.
I get that they
don't have any skins.
Han Solo Season 2. But the problem is, you're right. I mean, it's not good business because people aren't going to want to buy all the Han Solo skins.
Especially if you don't like using Han.
Maybe 1. Oh, yeah. And Han's probably one of the least liked heroes in the entire game, especially in Galactic Assault. So, I don't know.
He's pretty good in Heroes.
But anyway.
Galactic Assault, he can't really take hits that well.
Of course, where there's Han, Lando will never be far behind. Lando also has 2 legendary appearances: Professional Sportsman and Raconteur. I don't know which ones that actually is. I assume his yellow outfit will be in this.
The yellow one, which I mean, it looks pretty cool.
It's got to be.
I mean, I'm okay with the main legendary skins for both of these characters. They both look cool. But the second one, I mean, they hardly wore those outfits, and they're not really worth legendary status.
Well, Lando's got the same problem now as Han almost. Lando's got 4 extra skins that you can buy. He's got his Bespin outfit, the Return of the Jedi outfit, and now 2 more.
Yeah, so Lando has a lot too.
So, well, I hope you like Han and Lando. I mean, it is the Han Solo season, so I guess that kind of makes sense too.
Yeah, but they really missed out on the Maul skin. A lot of people wanted the Maul skin. And another thing is, why did they wait to release this if they wanted to like avoid spoilers? What in this has spoilers?
Oh, there's no spoilers because finishing up the new appearances for June is the Chewbacca with the epic Vandor heist look. So,
at least that's something.
I guess that's an epic
Chewie.
look. Yeah, I mean, at least it's a big improvement from Bandage Chewie. See, we'll get something out of that. All right, this is sad, but we joked about this for a long time, and we figured they would probably do it, which is really stupid. But Lando's Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
When you talk, oh man. Stylish and customized version of Millennium Falcon is faster and more agile. Well, that might be nice if it actually is fast, because the Falcon is terrible in Starfighter Assault. Its primary weapon comes in. I know. Primary weapon comes in the form of 2 laser cannons with alternate firing. This automatic weapon deals medium damage over a medium range, but with a high rate of fire. As with all starfighters, it will have 3 abilities. So at least they're making it different. I thought it might just end up being a skin. It has an afterburner, which gives the ship an instant speed boost beyond its maximum speed. That doesn't. I mean, it's got to be a lot faster than the other 2 Falcons, because right now the other 2 Falcons are slow as shit.
Well, the problem with this is, I mean, it's cool seeing this Falcon, and it's cool seeing that they put time and effort into something, but no one asked for this, and this is one of the least played game modes because it's kind of unbalanced when you're a hero. Because if you're a Falcon, you just get targeted until you die. And just not too many people play Starfighter Assault compared to Galactic Assault. So why add this when you could have added so many other things?
I'll be honest, I'm surprised. Like the powers are actually a little bit unique. Synchronized fire. Apparently, I guess both of the. It sounds kind of like with the X-wing. When it can shoot out of all 4 things at one time. Basically the same thing with synchronized fire. And then L337 Copilot highlights all the enemies for your friends and yourself.
I'll definitely check it out. It's not really a bad thing. It's just something that no one asked for a game mode that isn't that popular. And it's the 3rd Falcon. Like, where's the bad guy ship
just
equivalent?
Excited. Oh, yeah, I know. That's dumb, but I'm almost excited just because it's like, wow, they can do something. It is literally possible.
Keep in mind,
even though it's not what we wanted.
It's been 7 months.
I know. I didn't think they could do
7
anything.
months for a map.
Remember my
hero ship.
You've forgotten my low expectations. I put them down, buried them in the dirt. So I'm impressed by almost anything right now. Alright, menu updates. In May, we released an update to the menu that removed the hologram effect. One of the most prominent bits of discussion around this was if we are also going to update any of the other menus. Oh, yes, it was. Coming in June, we can confirm that we'll be removing the hologram-style menu from both the spawn screen and the end-of-round MVP screen. Hell yes! Woohoo! Get that menu going, bitch. That was a needed cuss word. We heard a lot of positives over the new look of the menu. Damn right, especially around the character models that now populate them. What if you could inspect the models and interact with them even further? Alongside the above updates to the menu screen, we're also releasing a change to allow you to inspect the character models. From within the appearance menu, you'll be able to rotate, pan up, pan down, and zoom in and out. Yes! Now that is what I've been asking for.
Nice.
Make the menu screen even more epic.
It's kind of cool and all, but like, I don't know why they take the time to do this anyway.
I'd like to think that they don't take a lot of time to do this.
Yeah, let's just assume that this took no time at all. That's the best way to look at this.
Let's hope. And then that just sounds great. I just hope it took them no time at all. Jetpack Cargo. Well, last time Jetpack Cargo was available in the game, we saw a lot of feedback. To help combat this, we are implementing a timer of 6 minutes to each game. So I guess it'll take longer now. So that's,
well, no.
That's I guess
the
good.
problem was the matches would go on forever. if people would like hide with the bomb. So now they can't last forever. I was in a match one time on Bespin for 45 minutes and then got like
Jesus.
500 credits or something stupid.
The map has also undergone some changes. Most notably, Bespin has now been replaced with Yavin 4. I don't know if that's a good thing. So there's no Bespin Jetpack Cargo anymore?
No.
The final change you made is that when you spawn, you no longer pick a character. Instead, you pick the weapon you want to use. It doesn't matter. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback on these changes once Jetpack Cargo returns. So Jetpack Cargo is not returning. It just has random little changes, I guess, that none of which really sound good. So,
I mean,
oh, okay.
Jetpack Cargo
I guess it's good.
Is dumb to begin with, because now we have Ewok Hunt. And now we have Extraction, and then they're going to bring back Jetpack Cargo. Like, we have all these small game modes. Like, ever since Season 2 was announced, the first part, I've noticed that, like, if I play at nighttime, it's kind of hard to find some lobbies. And I've noticed this in this game a lot sooner than I did in the first game.
I think it would be smart of them if they, like, never had all three at once, but, like, every couple days said, hey, it's Ewok Hunt right now.
Ewok Hunt's
hey,
permanent.
now it's Extraction. I know, they should be bopping them in and out. Like, so they're kind of permanent, but they're not constantly available. I think it would be a better idea. Like,
Ewok
change
Hunt
it
is
all
permanent,
the time.
so they would have to literally just bring back Jetpack Cargo on and off.
I know it's permanent. My point is, it shouldn't be. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh. Well, yeah, they should
I'm
rotate
saying that's
between
what
the three.
They should do.
Ewok Hunt,
Yeah,
Jetpack Cargo, Extraction.
It.
That way, it seems like it's an event, and then they need to link like double XP or like double credits with those events so people play the mode. If you just have these extra modes, then it's going to split the player base, because some's going to be playing Blast, some will play Strike, some will play Starfighter Assault, most will play Galactic Assault, some are playing Arcade, some are playing the campaign. So, and there's not that many players left from the initial release anyway, because they've just have done so bad with PR and everything up to this point. If they just add more game modes, which they keep doing, it's just going to split the remaining player base, and it's going to be harder to find lobbies. But for some reason, they keep doing it.
The end of the transmission just said there was more time challenges, which no one really cares about. Also, EA Play, they said, if you're heading to EA Play, you'll be able to experience Extraction on Kessel. The team has started to touch down into Los Angeles, and we've got more to talk about in just a few days' time. Don't miss it. So the biggest news I get out of this, because basically it looks like all the leaks were absolutely correct.
Yes, every one
leaks
of them.
we heard were dead
Even
on.
the ones we
Dead
thought
on.
that were couldn't possibly be true because they were so dumb, like 2 skins for Lando and Han. I was like, there's no way they'd do that when they could give Darth Maul. This would be the perfect opportunity to give Darth Maul that skin. And they freaking gave 2 skins
Dead
for Han and
on.
Lando. Yeah.
The best good news I get out of this is that there's more coming at EA Play. So EA Play, it's basically confirmed. It has to be more than just the second half of Season 2. Has to be. Unless they're... I guess they could pull it off again. Just totally flat out lie.
Oh, man.
But that's the best news out of
still
this
getting your
entire transmission.
expectations higher. They need to be lower. I'm betting 70% they're going to talk about this stuff, and they're going to show off gameplay of the new map, and then they might say, "Stay tuned for the future." Season
That's all
3.
they say. Stay tuned. All right. Well, still, the best news for me is that there should be something else at EA Play. That's all. Which is not. I mean, in general, that's not really good news.
Well, let's go over to the patch notes, see if there's anything different.
All right, so it talks about the new content appearances, features, blah, blah, blah. We've already talked about those. All right, heroes and villains. Palpatine fixed an issue with the chain lightning ability, wasn't doing damage.
Okay,
that would be bad.
They actually took them 2 weeks, but I got it fixed.
The sentry droid for Phasma only lasts 5 seconds after Phasma's been defeated, so that got changed.
Yeah, I noticed that was a bit of a problem. Like, she'd die, and the droid would stick around and still kill me.
Lando fixed an issue where the disabler failed to stun enemies and would sometimes affect friendlies. I didn't know that was the thing, but that's pretty funny. Stun your friends. So those are the fixes on Lando. And Rey fixed an issue where Rey could dash through a lightsaber block.
I have noticed that before. I've been Vader and I tried to block her, and
I just thought that was something she does.
Well, it's because she's Rey, and Rey can do everything. Rey just trucks through Vader's block.
Yeah, Rey can pretty much.
I'm glad they fixed that.
That's it for heroes and villains, though. That's it.
Okay.
There's no other fixes.
I know they said they're going to have some class changes, so let's see what these are going to be.
Well, they fixed a general thing about classes where they fixed an issue where an equipped trooper appearance was not applied when deploying into vehicles. Updated the lock-on logic to warn a player whenever an item is locking onto them. Okay, so Assault. Combat roll is blocked for a brief period when activating Toughen Up, so as to prevent discrepancies between animation audio and the ability's activation. I don't think that's too big a deal. That's it for the Assault. For the Heavy, fix an issue where the Marksman star card incorrectly reset the Sentry ability. Gave the Ion Torpedo 3 shots per magazine instead of 1 to make it more reliable against air targets. And increase the Ion Torpedo damage to make it more reliable against vehicles overall.
Oh, man.
I guess
So
that makes
no
sense,
nerf to the Ion turret, which is something people want for forever.
Officer. Slightly reduced damage of the SE-44C and Blurg 1120 with the intention to make these less viable in a situation where an assault rifle should be better suited.
Nice.
That's a good nerf.
No more broken officer.
Yeah, officer should not be able to, like, one shot from, like, assault rifle
like
range, which it does.
Shotgun pistol. You can just one shot or two shot everybody.
Yeah, the Blurg should be good in, like, short to medium range, but it should never one shot anybody. And that's where they got that really wrong. So hopefully they did that the right way. We'll see. Slightly reduce the flash duration of the flash grenade. That's really good. Like that I'm really happy about that, especially on Heroes and Villains. That flash duration was ridiculous. And they also fixed an issue where the improved flash grenade inadvertently causes a longer flash duration than the default version.
Nice.
I didn't know that was a problem, but that's good. Ooh, this is big. We've increased the specialist health from 100 to 150.
Whoa.
So the specialist has finally become a 150 health. That's
7
surprising.
months. The specialist is finally equal terms with the assault class. No more one-shotting specialists.
That's great. I'm surprised by that. I didn't think that was coming.
But they nerfed the health regeneration. But I mean,
I'm okay with that.
Because
yeah,
I mean,
I'm okay
you
with
can.
that.
They're supposed to be at a distance. They can just hide and regen their health. So I think that's a great change to the specialist class.
Yes, that's a terrific move by DICE on that one. So, hats off for that one. Sprint recovery, but that is it for specific classes changes. But sprint recovery, when looking at the specialist, one thing to note is the intent is not for players to sprint and fire as much. We've slightly increased the sprint recovery penalty with all specialist primary weapons. So basically, I mean, you can't run and snipe, which kind of makes sense. It should also give other classes except the heavy a slight advantage when sprinting around a corner and suddenly meeting an enemy specialist. For reference, the sprint recovery speeds are stack ranked per weapon type as follows. Pistols number 1 for officer, rifles number 2 for the assault, 3 long blasters for the specialist, and 4 heavy blasters for the heavy. So I'm guessing that just means the officer has the highest sprint recovery, then the assault, then the specialist, then the heavy.
It sounds good on paper, but I have a feeling that this might break. This sounds like something that would be one of those things that's broken for like a month.
Maybe. Well, there's always at least a few things that are broken for a month in these patch notes. Aerials reduce the deploy time of rocket launchers from 1 to 0.8 seconds to make the timing from activation to firing snappier. So that's fine by me. Increase the time the player has control over the jump pack, giving them better air control while in the air. That's also nice.
It's kind of a jump pack.
So aerials could be more useful.
Kind of like Boba Fett's jetpack in a way.
Yeah, that'd be nice because aerials aren't that good, so it'd be kind of nice to get.
We're gonna have to like speed through these game mode changes so that we can, because we're getting pretty long on this podcast.
It happens. Game modes and locations. Galactic Assault. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think any of those are really important. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't think
It says
any of those are major
improved
changes.
player rewards for completing objectives on the map. I don't know what that means.
Ooh. That couldn't... I mean, if it means more credits and stuff, that could
If
be
it means more
a big
credits,
deal.
then that's great. I'll play the objective all the time.
There's a bunch of fixed issues in arcade. I don't know if any of those are really...
They're just bug fixes and stuff.
Yeah, it's just bugs fixes. Heroes vs. Villains fixed a couple bug issues where Boba Fett could reach an invisible collision platform behind the castle. Well, that would be pretty annoying. And fixed an issue where players would sometimes respawn near enemies. That's a big deal because that was
That's been a
happening a
bug
lot
for
in
a
Heroes
while.
vs. Villains. Yeah, so that's good. Hero Showdown revised the HUD to show the timer permanently and changed the countdown timer circle to count each second when there is 30 seconds left. Now if time ends and both teams have the same score, it's a draw. Okay.
Okay.
That's not too big. Jetpack Cargo added a kill log. I think we already talked about this on the other one. I'm not too worried about that. Ewok Hunt polished the Ewok jump attack, updated audio near the end of the match, reduced the starting score bonus for the first Ewok, created a different crosshair color, fixed an issue where sometimes the stormtrooper would change to an Ewok after dying. By
From his own grenade. So how does that even work? Doesn't that make sense?
know.
If you killed
I
yourself,
was
you
gonna
just
say,
what do they do? Just
yeah, it's not.
spectate?
I was gonna say that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, they're supposed to turn into
Okay.
Ewoks. So I don't know what that means.
Decrease the hut interaction area so the Ewoks don't activate the hut entrance by accident. But I don't see anything about the cave, so that was the only thing that I thought they... Oh, wait. Revise crate pickup locations so there are less weapons in the cave. Okay, that wasn't the problem with the cave. The cave is too well lit. Alright, well, that didn't fix that. Locations improve the combat area for both Hero Showdown and Heroes vs. Villains on Endor. Improve the spawn area for Imperials on Hoth during Strike. Fix an issue where Yoda could get stuck between the Rancor body and the cave wall. Okay. Added the missing Gamorrean guards in Jabba's palace. Okay.
They're just like in the background, which
I still
makes me
like-
think if they have that character model, then they could do some sort of hunt mode on Jabba's palace with those guards. Like just
that'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
General
something
change. And the last thing, added animation to the XP bar when ranking up. I thought they already had that. Adjusted the credit payout for time spent in match by reducing the time bonus by 20% in order to give more weight to actions during a match.
Nice. That way it's not time based. I don't have to get the match to go the entire length to get 700 credits. If I just get MVP, I'm
Yeah.
probably more likely to get more credits, which is a great thing.
Yeah, that is a big thing. They should have done that a long time ago, but that's okay. It's nice that they got that fixed.
Okay, so
And yeah, that pretty much does it.
quick summary now. I think that this is a fairly good amount of content. The problem is that they shouldn't have done this over 2 months. There's no spoilers in this. Maybe
Yeah.
the map, the map maybe, but showing off the map
Everybody
isn't really that much of a spoiler
Everybody
either.
knew Kessel was going to be in the movie.
Yeah, like if they would have
Kessel
had
was. I mean,
the Darth Maul skin, then
that
that would have been
a bit of a spoiler.
a spoiler, but they don't. So the problem is like when they split it off into season 1, season 2, the first season seems like we got hardly nothing, and then the second season kind of seems underwhelming as well. If they would have combined all this stuff at once, it would have appeared like, okay, we're getting a fairly decent amount of content here. We're getting a map, we're getting all these skins, we're getting Jabba's palace, we're getting extraction, we're getting all this stuff. Hero Showdown. Oh, that's the other game mode we forgot to mention. Hero Showdown too. There's a lot of game modes that split the player base, which is the problem with Extraction. But I mean, Extraction was a fun game mode in the last game, but I mean that's a pretty big problem to split that player base. But I mean, I mean they're making some good changes, but it really comes down to what's broken. and I mean every single patch there's something broken. It's to that point where we can't just expect it to all work perfectly, because there's like no chance of that, because every single patch something's broken and you have to wait like 2 weeks to a month before it's fixed. So who knows what that's going to be.
Yeah, I think in general you're right. It's bad PR on their part that they released 2 half seasons that are a little underwhelming by themselves. Together, this would have looked a lot more impressive. So I mean, we did get a pretty decent amount of content on this. We did finally get a new map, which is really nice. But like I said, the thing I'm still most excited for is hopefully whatever this other stuff is that EA Play is going to announce. I understand you temper your excitements, or try to, but it's the only ray of hope I have right here. So I'm really hoping like something gets announced here. Even if it's just that they want to make Clone Wars in the future and then it gets released in like 6 years. It's just the fact that they at least reference the Clone Wars existence would be nice. So at least it gives me a reason to watch EA Play. I guess is more or less what I'm feeling.
The only reason they're doing these split seasons is to like try to extend the length of the game, but that's just a horrible way to do it.
It's a horrible way to do it.
Yeah,
unless you were going to give out more content than they're giving.
Which they're not doing.
Which they aren't.
No.
Yeah.
It's like if Fortnite gave a skin like once every 7 months. And they gave you like 4 or 5. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully everyone that's saying that we might get like 4 heroes or something, which is, I think that's way out there. We might be lucky to get 2, but if we got 4, oh my god, that would be a complete turnaround for this game, and I mean that would be pretty huge. So hopefully,
I'd be impressed with 2
at
this point.
Hopefully at EA Play they have some sort of Clone Wars reference or something, and they're like, hey, season 3 is right around the corner, and they don't say soon. Hopefully it's like in August or something.
They're definitely gonna say soon. There's no way we're getting an official release date on that. I'll bank that. If they give us an official release date, I'll be shocked.
Yeah,
but
this
but anyway,
bad.
It's not too disappointing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Looking forward to playing
nice
on the new map and trying
the
out
last
some,
2
some of the new
transmissions
skins.
the last 2 transmissions we've been depressed and miserable. At least we don't feel that this time around. This is the best transmission we've had in a while. Just sad.
So let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys like the new skins? Are you disappointed? Are you excited to play this new stuff? Are you excited for EA Play? Yeah, just let us know, and we will be streaming maybe today and probably tomorrow. Most definitely tomorrow. And that's going to do it for us, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Goopa Noopa.